Oh, I thought she was going away. But Andrew, she's back.
Who?
The Hawk Tuah girl.
Oh, she's dead. There's no way she's back.
Haley Welch is her name. She went viral last year, and she says that she's trying to rebrand herself.
Well, because we all know what happened. She made a coin, some cryptocurrency, and stole from all of her fans that invested from it. Well, allegedly.
Yes.
Stole with a pump and dump.
Yes, and the SEC closed the case, she's saying. And there was no evidence of her wrongdoing. That's what they say. So now she wants to rebrand. She told Vanity Fair that this is her exact quote. You've got to be really careful about what you tie your name to.
Does she know how she became famous?
Yeah, by the way, if you don't know what Hawk Tuah is, you have to Google it. We're not going to talk about it here on the show. Her first big appearance, a celebrity poker event in Vegas. When asked what she was all about, she's a complete brain trust. She said, I don't know really how it works. I just tell them I'm going to be there.
Where? Who is them?
Okay. I don't know.
But you know what? She made a ton of money for a short period of time. She had her 15 minutes, and I think it's over.
Now she's coming back.
Remember her Hawk Tuah podcast?
How long did that last?
I think 3 episodes. And there was a funny comedian who did a podcast the day after hers. It was about reviewing the Hawk Tuah podcast. And he was so sad because she stopped doing the show and he had nothing to talk about.
Okay, not for nothing. The Hawk Tuah Girl podcast lasts longer than the Meghan Markle podcast.
Well, maybe she does have staying power then. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, just saying. Just saying. And on that happy note, welcome. It's the Kim Komando Show. We talk about all things digital to make sure that you are always tech ahead and never left tech behind. Because after all, it's a big job as America's beloved digital goddess. You can find us in over 425 top stations from coast to coast. We're streaming in your favorite radio app, and you can get the Kim Komando Show as a podcast. Of course, wherever you get your podcast, just search for Komando with a K. And a special hello goes out to all of our listeners in the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marine Corps, and the Coast Guard, and the Space Force in 175 different countries who are joining us on the American Forces Network Radio. And the Komando hotline's open right now at 1-888-825-5254. And you can also make an appointment to speak with us here on the show. Just head over to komando.com and hit the link at the top that says Ask Kim. I'd like to thank Oracle for helping to make this show possible. There's a growing expense eating into your company's profits. It's your cloud computing bill. And you may have gotten a deal to start, but now the spend is sky high, increasing every year. But what if you could cut your cloud bill in half and improve performance at the same time? Well, if you act by May 31st, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure can help you do just that. OCI is the next generation of the cloud designed for every workload, where you can run any application, including any AI projects, faster and more securely for less. In fact, Oracle has a special promotion where you can cut your current cloud bill in half when you switch to OCI. The savings are real. On average, OCI costs 50% less for computing, 70% less for storage, and 80% less for networking. Join today's innovative AI tech companies who upgraded to OCI and saved. Offer only for new U.S. customers with a minimum financial commitment. And see if you qualify for half off at oracle.com/Kim. That's oracle.com/Kim. And I'd also like to thank NetSuite. Over 41,000 businesses have future-proofed their business with NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud ERP, bringing accounting, financial management, inventory, and HR all into one platform. Download the CFO's Guide to AI and Machine Learning for free at netsuite.com/Kim. Alrighty then, every single day I read and I talk to industry insiders to make sure that I know exactly what's going on in the tech world. And here are 5 things that you need to know about right now. And I don't know if you've noticed this, Andrew, but Google's search results are a lot different than they used to be.
Oh, really?
That's right. Gone is surfing the web for information. Google AI Overviews gives you what you're looking for in an instant. No website needed. Reports are now saying that traffic has dropped on average 40%.
On Google more. By itself?
No, to websites.
Oh, okay.
Because
they're stealing, though.
Yes.
I saw this the other day. I did a Google search, AI overview had the answer, and then it had the link to the website below.
Why would you go?
I had the answer already. How are they not? How is not every website suing the pants off of Google?
Well, it's a change in business, right? I mean, I don't know if you can sue Google. I mean, basically AI has taken over. I don't need to use Google because of ChatGPT.
Right, but if someone is Googling the information I have on my website and I have an ad on there, they're never going to see that ad because Google is just placing it at the top of the search results.
It seems like that would be wrong. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, because at that point they are stealing.
Right.
When they're not really can say that they are giving you credit somehow. But the bottom line here is why I want to pass this along is that so many websites are going under. Okay. The question is, do you still need a website? What do you say?
No, absolutely not. When's the last time I use apps, I use ChatGPT and Google. I don't go to websites. If I need to know how to fix, my kid's Xbox, I don't go to Xbox. I go everywhere else.
Yeah, or go to YouTube
Right.
or just ask ChatGPT what it is, or your favorite AI, Perplexity, Claude, Gemini, whichever one that you're on. Now, coming in at number 2, why do you think that AI is free right now?
Well, because they want to get us addicted to it so that later we'll be forced to pay because we have to have it.
That too, but every document that you upload for a second medical or legal opinion, every question, every email, whatever you are putting into AI, it's being used to improve itself. So knowledge is the currency of AI. Billionaires like Sam Altman and Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and IBM and Salesforce and SoftBank, basically you're paying for AI with your personal information. So just something to keep in mind.
So they've scraped the entire internet. Now they got to start scraping us as well.
Exactly. Now, this is interesting to me. A $418 million deal coming in at number 3 was reached with the National Association of Realtors. They want to end the backroom commission deals that has made buying a house so much more expensive. So starting in a few months, agents cannot list commission splits on the MLS listings anymore. Because for years, sellers paid up to 6%. They split it between the buyer's and seller's agent, right? But no more baked-in fees. If you want to say, I'm not going to pay any commission, I'm not going to pay, or I'm going to pay 1% or 2%, whatever it may be. So what's happening now is that you're going to start noticing on some of these listings at Zillow and Redfin and Realtor and all these other places. So the realtors are trying to say what that commission could be, what it is, by doing things like leaving 3 chocolate chip cookies on a plate. In the kitchen.
In a photo.
In a photo, exactly.
And that would equal 3% commission.
Exactly. Or maybe 2 glasses of wine on the bar.
2% commission,
Yes.
or 3% if you get me really drunk.
Exactly. But no chocolate chip cookies. Now, coming in at number 4, I don't know if I should say whose show I was on.
Why not?
Should I say?
Why not?
Because I kind of called her out on it.
Oh, then yes, most definitely say who you are on.
Okay, because I was on her show, and we were talking about banking security. And I haven't been on her show since.
Okay.
And she's so smart. She's lovely. And she said to me, well, Kim, I set up my banking using my voice so that this way nobody could access my bank account using my voice. And I actually looked at her and went, we were on a Zoom call. And there was recording. I said, you did that?
Right.
Why would you do that?
That's one of the easiest things they can mimic is your voice.
And especially because she's on the Today Show.
Oh.
And she has a big podcast.
Yeah. Her voice is out there in a couple places.
Right. So what you want to do is you want to call your provider, because there's a story in the news about a woman who just lost thousands of dollars because of a TikTok video. They were able to clone her voice and then authenticate who she was to her bank, and then got into the account and then transferred all the money out. And so you want to make sure that wherever you bank is that you turn off what's called voice authentication, your voice print. I set this up with Morgan Stanley. I called them probably maybe a year and a half ago. And I said, I don't want my voice to authenticate anything. And, I actually got pushback.
Well, they want your voice for some reason. They're probably selling it to somebody.
But as I explained to him, my voice is all over. Okay. It would be so easy for somebody to authenticate my voice. So I did turn that off. And then so if you have it turned on, you want to make sure that you turn it off as
Is
well.
this standard with most banks, most big banks?
I think it's turned on by default.
Okay.
So you should make sure that it's turned off because you're on the air all the time too.
Absolutely. I'll do that right after the show.
Coming in at number 5, I don't know if you've seen Mark Zuckerberg lately, but he has had a complete man makeover. Okay. No more Julius Caesar haircut and gray T-shirts. Mark says that he is the most well-known millennial.
He's probably right.
Zuckerberg talked about how millennials shape the future and that it's important to know how he shows up because he's the most well-known person of his generation. It's not Prince William, of course. He's the guy that created the social media site to rate if college girls were hot or not. And he was in Washington this past week to say that social media as it is dying. And that soon we're going to have AI companions, AI friends, and AI universes. So we're going to live in this AI bubble. And so we don't need to worry about like Uncle Tom who's hates Trump or loves Trump and is all over Facebook talking about his opinions. It sounds sad to me.
Well, first of all, how soon do you think soon is?
Within 5 years.
That's real soon.
I would say within 5 years.
I don't know about that. There's so many people that are afraid of AI that would even, not even touch the surface of it, let alone dive into this huge AI community.
There's a lot of lonely people out there, though, too. And then think about everybody who's getting into character.ai or replica. I mean, we had that woman on the show who married him.
Yeah, that's true.
Married her replica AI boyfriend and said that they have sex, which I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Very carefully.
Very carefully. Make sure the batteries are charged. Get this, until the 1990s, the U.S. government classified encryption as a form of munitions, a.k.a. a dangerous weapon. Encryption is a powerful defensive weapon against an army of bad actors who want to invade your history on the internet and profit off your browsing habits. So thankfully, you have the right to defend your online habits with strong encryption using ExpressVPN. It's an app I use to encrypt and reroute my internet connection through secure servers, making my online activity private so no one can monitor, record, manipulate, or profit from it. Now, if you don't encrypt your connection, you expose your online activity. And with just one click, ExpressVPN keeps your browsing safe on all your devices, up to 8 with one subscription. That's a lot. Get up to 4 extra months of ExpressVPN for free at expressvpn.com/Kim. That's expressvpn.com/Kim. All right, coming up, we're going to talk about how you can recover some lost files, how to earn gift cards while you use the web. And of course, we have just the best callers ever. And you have me and Andrew here on the Kim Komando Show. Okay, so imagine getting $500 for yourself and then getting an additional $500 to pay it forward to somebody else. Yes, that's exactly what my new contest is about, the Pay It Forward Challenge. And you can enter to win right now at winfromkim.com. Once again, that's winfromkim.com, winfromkim.com. Let's see, we have the secret to avoiding busy times at restaurants coming up. And before we get to all of that, Andrew, let's take some phone calls. What do you think? Tom in St. Louis, Missouri. Hi there, Tom. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Kim. Good to talk to you again. It's always a pleasure. You always teach me something. And so hopefully maybe you can help me with a problem that I had with ChatGPT.
Okay.
I'd like to use the graphics format. I said I want to create an image. And ChatGPT has done really well in the past. But I would say in the last 4, 5, 6 months, it's like impossible to create an image on ChatGPT because it says, oh, we're too busy. We've got too much traffic here. And you get the little circle, which never comes around. So I've given up on ChatGPT for image creating images, I'm sure probably if I paid $20 a
Oh,
month,
exactly.
I'll be a
You
little
know
faster.
what, Tom? If you gave them the $20, they'd be like, oh, come over here, little boy. We can make all those images.
I pay
So
for
I'm
it, and I'm having it create an image of you right now with your pockets coming out of your pants like you're broke.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're not willing to pay for it.
No. I mean, I don't mind paying for certain things. I pay for a lot of things, actually. But if I can get something for free, I might as well. I prefer not paying for it. Especially something that's a subscription.
Well, there are other places you can go. You can go to meta.ai, which is Facebook. And you sign in with your Facebook account. Bing has an image creator. That's Dolly. There's Leonardo.ai. And let me tell you about Meta.ai. Every once in a while, it's great. Most of the time, it's kind of, ugh, what was that? You still have people with 7 fingers on Meta.ai.
I would say, too, if you're looking for realistic images, I would not do Leonardo. I think Leonardo is more artsy-fartsy stuff.
Well, he didn't say what kind he wanted.
That's what I'm saying, just to quantify it.
It's good. So you wouldn't use Leonardo for that?
I wouldn't. No, Canva. If you sign up now, you don't have to pay for Canva, but you do have to create an account. But once you're inside, you can use Canva's digital image creator.
Canva's good.
You get a certain amount of points that you can use every single month, and they do a great job. I think their results are really good.
I use ChatGPT just to make the images. It's a lot easier.
Right.
Now, I also heard that I cost you $500.
What happened?
What is that about, Tom?
Yeah, you know what? I don't want to really hold it against you because you might have saved my life too. Well, when you had a great link on your newsletter again, it said check on this. You could see what the expiration date is for all of your appliances, which phones and tablets and all that sort of stuff. And I've got a Pixel 6a, but my wife's got a Pixel 5a, and so I looked that thing up, and doggone it, it's 6 months past due. And so I'd like to be security safe, but unfortunately, that means I have to buy a new phone. In fact, I've already bought a new phone. It's supposed to come tomorrow for her, which I don't mind, but it's those things come around, don't they? Every 4 or 5 years, or maybe even 7 these days. But it's sort of funny, but that security costs money, unfortunately.
So you had to. So because of my newsletter, you had to buy your wife a new phone.
I do. Actually, it works out because it's Mother's Day is coming up. And so it just so happens I said, hey, honey, tomorrow you're going to get your new phone for Mother's Day. Isn't that sweet of me?
And look at how thoughtful you are.
Yeah. No, so that worked out. You didn't mention that as a Mother's Day present, but
it all, what, Timing is everything in life.
You didn't cost him any money. You saved his bacon.
I did.
He got a Mother's Day gift for his wife.
And what happens if she would have gotten hacked?
Seriously.
I mean.
Or he'd have forgotten a gift altogether.
Yes. So, see, these are the things that you get from the newsletter, right? This is it. Sign up over at getkim.com. If you don't already get the newsletter, you're just going to love it. Speaking of Mother's Day, Father's Day is right around the corner, and treat your dad to the gift of sound with Raycon. Their latest model comes with active noise cancellation and starts at half the price of other premium audio brands. These are fabulous earbuds. And right now, get up to 15% off site-wide at buyraycon.com/Kim. That's buyraycon.com/Kim. Let's see. Coming up, we have how to use a QR code to give out your Wi-Fi password. That if you're not doing that, amazing. And we have that at our house. If somebody wants the Wi-Fi password, just say, scan the code. We got that and more coming up on the Kim Komando Show. In an unpredictable world, nothing matters more than the safety of your home and loved ones. That's why millions of Americans trust Simply Safe Home Security. Visit simplysafekim.com to claim 50% off a new system with a professional monitoring plan and get your first month free. There's no safe like Simply Safe. This is just a great thing that you need to have in your house. What you do is you type in your network name and password and into a site, and then it spits out a QR code, and then you put that into a nice picture frame. And so whenever anybody comes over and they want to know the Wi-Fi network name and password, you're like, just scan the code. That's all you have to do. You can go over to, let's see, qrcodemonkey.com. That's qrcodemonkey.com.
Aren't we worried that QR Code Monkey has the name and password of every single router that is over there?
No, that would be a problem.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Just keep your eyes out to do a Google alert for QR Code Monkey.
You never know.
When they get hacked, make sure you run and change your password.
You're such a Debbie Downer. All the time. Jeff in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Hi, Jeff. All I see, we always get 2 words. That's all we get. 2 words about what a call is about. And Jeff, your 2 words are casino app.
Ooh, I bet this is a good call.
Did you win a lot of money?
No, I just have a question. I'm not one to quickly download something without first looking at one of your newsletters or whatever. But I was just curious about this Mr. Beast guy. I know who he is. I know how he operates, but he's offering this casino app and everybody wins. There's got to be some kind of a catch to it. I just wondering if you did download that app, if it.
Wait, so Andrew, look this up.
I am.
So Mr. Beast is coming out with a casino app where everybody wins?
That's what they said. Actually, I think it was out a couple months ago.
No,
people said they put $80 in, and next thing you know, they cashed out for $4,000. He was giving money away, but all good things all come with a bad ending. You know, I mean, you download apps and you get malware. They steal things. You know, I've been listening to your program for almost 20 years or more, and listening to it and reading your newsletters all the time, and you always give us careful advice as to, you know, what not to download. You know, I see the list of the worst apps on your phone, and Jeff, I don't have any of those.
How did you find out about this Mr. Beast casino app?
Well, I think it came across on an Instagram story. And
yeah. So that was a deep fake video.
Okay.
It's not really Jimmy. It's not really Mr. Beast. They do this, the hackers, with a lot of celebrities. It's Joe Rogan. You see Joe Rogan hawking products that he's never even seen or talked about before. Mr. Beast is another good one. It's a fake app that they're trying to scam you, steal from you, and using Mr. Beast. They'll run that ad as long as they can until it gets taken down, and they'll make a new one and put it up.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, so let's not fall for that. But let me ask you a question. How much do you think Mr. Beast makes a week on YouTube?
I did look up how much he's worth. I don't know how much he makes. Let me throw out $300,000.
Well, he actually publishes this. He just released a website that where he divulges how much he makes a week and what he estimates other people are making a week. And I have a link to it in the newsletter in case you want to look that up. And last week he made $1.4 million on YouTube.
But you have to remember, Mr. Beast has so many channels on YouTube.
That's true.
He's got the main channel, and then he's got the main channel that is translated into 15 different languages. And then he has other channels that his name and likeness are not even attached to that brings in revenue.
Do you think he's going to buy TikTok?
I think he should. If any of those offers are real and legitimate, I think he should buy TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the money.
Right. And he's also, I think, going to be the best thing for the app.
Yeah, well, TikTok's now going out to, because Ad Week is happening in New York, and they're telling all the advertisers, don't worry about us. We're not going away. We're not going away.
Well, they only can say that with confidence if someone in the government has told them they're not going away either.
Exactly. Jeff, thanks for your call. And for everybody else, Mr. Beast is not going to give you $4,000 if you invest $80 into your casino app.
No,
not happening. Tim in Cleveland, Ohio. Hi there, Tim. Welcome to the show today.
Hello.
Yes, you're on with me and Andrew and 6 million other people are listening.
I read your newsletters all the time, and I get a lot of good tidbit information out of them.
That's good.
My question today is, I have a Best Buy Geek Squad Tech membership, and it's time for renewal.
How much are you paying for that?
It's costing me almost $200 a year, just under $200.
Okay.
Not
How
sure
often?
if it's worth it.
Well, how often are you using it? How often are you calling them?
I've been fortunate. Probably I've only called them maybe twice in 2 years.
Oh, well, that's pretty good odds for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That's what I kind of thought.
You know.
Is there anything like that besides their group?
Well, okay. What have you called them for?
Once I thought we had a virus, and I had them do a remote look at my computer. And then one other time, the computer wasn't loading properly. It was completely messing up. And I called them and was going to take it into them.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have to do anything. They give me a couple pointers. I did it, and that was the end of it.
And when you call them and you need help, do you have to, again, pay more money?
No, so far they've not charged me anymore. The one item that I was going to have them work on, they was going to charge me more, and they were going to send it away and let somebody else do it. Sounds like to me that was a waste of my time.
Yeah.
My charging port, the normal one, is not working no more. It broke off inside, like literally came off of the solder joints. So I'm charging it through the C port.
How old is this computer?
It's not very old. It really isn't. Probably 19. So it's 5 years now, 4 years.
So 2019?
Yeah.
That's 6 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we sure it's only $200 a year?
That's my problem. It still works good.
I know, and I know you've got polyester suits from the 70s too.
They look sharp.
Now.
All right. You know, let me tell you a story. Can I tell you a story? Okay. This is about the Geek Squad.
Okay.
Probably maybe 7 or maybe closer to 10 years ago. I get a call from somebody who says, you know what, I think that the Geek Squad might be up for sale, and I think you might want to be interested in this deal. So I'm like, wow, this is be really interesting to me. I could own the Geek Squad, right? And then I was thinking, like, every city in America, wherever we are, I mean, we have a 98% footprint across the United States. And I thought, this is going to be amazing because every city, no matter you're in Cleveland or you're in Chino or you're Miami, wherever you are, that there could be a Komando, and we would have these guys and gals approve us. And so I get all the numbers, I crunch all the numbers, and then I have a mentor, okay?
Okay.
And my mentor is so smart. His name's Fred, and Fred gave me my first job in radio. And so you can see how long I've known Fred. Fred is my professional mentor. He's helped me with things with Ian, with my husband, with my mom. So, so this is a full-blown personal relationship, friendship.
Yes, gotcha.
And he's also worth a lot of money. Okay. So I call Freddie up and I said, Freddie, I got a deal for you. So I give him the whole pitch and I show him the slides and the numbers and what I think we can do. And I do a PowerPoint presentation for him. And then I'm like waiting for him to say like how great this is going to be. And then on the Zoom call, it's just, he looks at me and he folds his arms and he goes, Kim, I have one question for you. And I said, what? I mean, because I'm thinking like, I did such a great presentation. The guy only has one question. And he said, where is the TV repairman today?
Oh.
And I said, you are so smart. Okay.
One line.
One line killed the deal. One line. That's it. Where is the TV repairman today? So the point being, you've got a 6-year-old computer. Mm-hmm. You spend $400 for 2 calls. And when this thing breaks, if it breaks again, you're better off just buying a new one.
Right.
Answer your question?
I got you. Nope, you sure did.
Okay.
As usual. I appreciate it. I will be looking at what you put out here in the near future about new ones.
Well, I'll tell you what we're doing is that John and I are working together to put together lists of laptops and computers that we recommend and other devices. And so if you go to amazon.com/shop/Kim Komando, So if you're ever looking for any type of recommendations, I just put up like tech that I use, tech that's on sale, things that I reorder time and time again, some Mother's Day, Father's Day gift ideas, things like that, tech that's on sale. But we are specifically going to be putting up a whole section about laptops, desktops, and other things that you should be buying if you're in the market for it, if you're in the market for it.
How much was the Geek Squad going to cost?
I don't remember. But it was a lot.
50 million?
No, not that much. Not that
really?
much. No, it wasn't that much. I mean, this is 10 years ago. But it was just so funny. I mean, after he said, "Where's the?" I was like, "Oh, I did it." I said, "You are so smart."
But it's still going today.
It is, but I think it's the returns are probably diminishing.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, and unless they can keep upselling you something like additional services or products, whatever it may be. Hey, listen, as a small business owner, you don't have the luxury of clocking out early. Your business is on your mind 24/7. So when you're hiring, you need a partner who grinds just as hard as you do. And that hiring partner is LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn makes it easy to post your job for free, share it with your network, get qualified candidates who you can manage all in one place. Their new feature can help you write job descriptions and then quickly get your job in front of the right people. Either post your job for free or pay to promote. Now, promoted jobs get 3 times more qualified applicants. And at the end of the day, the most important thing to your small business is the quality of candidates. And with LinkedIn, you can feel confident that you're getting the best. So find out why more than 2.5 million small businesses use LinkedIn for hiring today. Find your next great hire on LinkedIn. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Kim. That's linkedin.com/Kim to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. All right, just want to pass along a little tip. I mean, I'm sure this has happened to you. You deleted an important file, it's gone. You're like, oh my gosh, what did I do? All right, first you're going to check the computer's recycle bin, okay? It's not there. Well, then you need to use the right forensic tools. If you're on Windows, you want to use Stellar Data Recovery for PCs. You have to act really quickly because when you delete a file, it doesn't just go away. It just marks on the hard drive like this is a great place for you to save something else. So the sooner you can try to recover that file, the better off that you are. It's going to do just a quick scan. If it doesn't find it, then you want to do a deep scan. And if you still can't get those files back, that's where you want to get into forensics, which is then going to cost you some big bucks. All right, still to come, how you can earn gift cards just by using the internet here on the Kim Komando Show. Hey, you want to glow from the inside out? Get your natural radiance back with Native Path Collagen. Some studies suggest collagen supplements may support bone health, tissue recovery, and overall skin and hair wellness. And right now, get 45% off, free shipping, and a free gift bundle by going to getnativepath.com/Kim, getnativepath.com/Kim.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individual results may vary.
So I'm still upset that, and I threw him away. I did. I threw him away.
Who?
My little robot.
Oh, the one that died?
Yes, he died. And he died in Phoenix. And then I had another one in Santa Barbara. That one died too. And he was just looking at me on the washer and dryer, and I said, you know what, you just have to go. I can't look. It's too sad.
Now, it died because they stopped supporting the software, right?
But, they did the honorable thing. I'm talking about Amazon. Okay, they did the honorable thing, is that they gave me 100% of my money back.
And how long had you had this robot?
About a year.
Okay, yeah, that is pretty honorable.
So it was pretty good. I mean, nice of them instead of just prorating it that you get money back. But now, what did they say? 100,000 people have signed up for Alexa Plus?
Yeah, it's $19.99 per month.
For Alexa?
Well, for enhanced Alexa.
So what do you get?
Nothing.
Okay.
No, wait. Sorry, that's not what I'm supposed to say. You can multitask with Alexa, and you can use Alexa and not have to use the trigger words when you're commanding it. So if you wanted to, let's say, open the garage door and play some Bee Gees at the same time, Alexa Plus can now handle that.
So how does it know that you want to command?
I'm pretty sure it's just recording and listening to you at all times.
Excellent.
And that's actually the controversy that people are finding out that are upgrading. And let's also go back to the 100,000 plus subscribers. I mean, you would think, well, this is big money for Amazon, $19.99 a month. You get it free if you're an Amazon Prime member. So those 100,000 could just be current Prime members activating on their Alexa, and because you have to turn it on, but they're not paying anything additional. It's all part of the membership.
That's, I got the notification in my email today.
Oh, really?
It said, you have not turned on your Alexa Plus. Go ahead and click here to make sure that I'm like, oh, I don't know if I really want that.
I don't know if you do at all. And the controversy online and the conversation they're having is, if I don't have to say the trigger words, and we all know with Google and Alexa what those are, if I don't have to say that, how are they, A, going to tell the difference between me yelling at my husband to do something and me yelling at Alexa to do something? And B, they've got to be listening to every single thing, recording it, categorizing it, and maybe feeding AI with it?
But they're only doing this to make it better for you, to make sure that it understands your requests as a service. That's the only reason.
The national anthem should be playing in the background while you give the speech right now.
You know what? Every time I write about Alexa and say it's listening, I always hear there's some PR person right now who's like, we got to get a hold of Kim Komando because, that's not true. We don't listen. We're going to have to, what? We should do a deep dive, Andrew.
Okay.
On how they are really figuring out what you are talking to it versus maybe your phone.
Right.
And
your children?
Yes.
A phone call?
How is it responding? Well, they have to do this because they've lost billions of dollars on these Alexa devices because they thought that they would sell us these speakers and we'd get them in the house and be like, oh my gosh, this is so fabulous. I can use Alexa to have her order me new eyelashes this very moment. And people weren't doing it.
No, of course not. Because when you want to order something for Amazon, A, you want to find the best price. B, you want to look at the product and the reviews. So you're not just going to, on a whim, tell a smart speaker to do this. But here's my fear, is that Alexa is now doing this. And that means Google's not going to be far behind.
All of them.
And my entire house is Google Home.
Here's I know we're running out of time, but real quick, I want you to try this. Next time you're buying something, I want you to try it to buy it in Chrome, try to buy it in Safari or another browser.
Okay.
I have noticed over the last couple of weeks, big price discrepancies.
Which one's cheaper?
Google Chrome.
Ooh.
So I think just try it, just as an experiment.
I will.
All right, we have more of the show coming up you don't want to miss here on the Kim Komando Show. What if you could cut your cloud bill in half? If you act by May 31st, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure can help you do just that. Offer only for new U.S. customers with a minimum financial commitment. See if you qualify for a half off at oracle.com/Kim. That's oracle.com/Kim. I love Bing, said nobody ever. But Microsoft is now still giving you points for gift cards if you are going to use it. So if you're kind of bummed out by Google and Google Overview and AI, you might want to actually use Bing because you can earn some gift cards. And don't forget to enter to win in our contest, the Pay It Forward, at winfromkim.com.